In a world full of podcasts, you have choices. Make yours count. Don't miss out. Tech Pop Boom. Hello and welcome to the long-awaited episode, the lost episode of Tech Pop Boom. It's been a while, but we're back. This is Tech Pop Boom with your hosts, Scott and Brandon. I'm Scott.
And I'm Brandon.
It's been so long, Brandon, since we've done an episode, I forgot how to do the intro. It has been, I'd say, at least a month, if not probably longer. It started off with Independence Day, and we had to work, which is, don't even get me started on that. That's just a joke. And then the week after, we had a birthday party for my son, and then the week after that, I went on vacation, and it's just been summertime. It's just been nuts, and there's not always something to do. There's always something going on, so that's what has been going on my end, as far as why we haven't done a podcast in the last forever. What about you, Brandon? What have you been doing in the last year or whatever the heck you've been on a podcast?
Well,
how have you been keeping yourself busy?
Well, I was actually gonna do just a podcast by myself, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I just said forget it. I'll just wait for Scott. Yeah, I did actually do one like last week, and then I had technical difficulties, so that I was like, okay, so I did it again, and then I was like, you know what? Nah, it sounded boring. I don't know. Maybe people wanted to hear me ramble or whatever all by myself, so it just didn't seem the same. So I was just like, forget it. I was like, okay, well, I'll wait. So I waited until like Scott was available. So so that's why
I had to apologize. It's just been nuts on my end. That's why I thought we'd try to squeeze one out today, because I don't even know when I'll have a chance to do another one. So when I find time, I'll try to get a hold of you. So
yeah,
we're here today, and so nothing else new? You haven't got any new toys or any good stories to tell?
Me? No, not really any new toys. I'm trying to think of any new ones past the. Oh well. No new toys. I'm trying to think.
No.
Going through my list. No. No. I was thinking of getting some stuff, but I haven't gotten it yet. I was actually thinking about getting an Xbox One since they gotten so cheap since the new one's coming out. I mean, but, yeah, but I don't know if I really want to or not. So it's like, yeah.
Are you a video gamer?
No, not really. No. But I used to be when the first Xbox came out, and then I just kind of lost touch with it. And then I was like, well, I was gonna get the 360 or where's 365, whatever it's called. The 360, the Xbox 360. I was gonna get that. And then I knew the Xbox One was coming out. So at the time that I was actually going, well, let me go get this. And I was like, you know what? I'll wait for the new one to come out. So then I waited to the new one to come out. And then I'm like, great, cool. But I'm like, wow, I don't want to pay $500 for it. So I was like, okay, well, fine. So then I waited until like now. Now it's like, I think it's like $249 or something like that. I forgot what the price was at Best Buy, but I was like, well, okay, but there's a new one that's coming out with 4K video. That's why the price is so cheap. So they want to get rid of the old ones. So I'm starting thinking, I'm debating it. I'm like, well, because there's supposed to be a new operating system, a new Xbox One or Xbox supposed to come out, and I just don't know. It's supposed to be newer than this one, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to wait or not. So I know technology updates and everything, but I was I just like forget it. I don't know. I'm still on the fence on that. So, but not really. I've been watching shows. I've been.
What have you been watching, Brandon? What's been on your TV or on your device?
So what I've been watching. Okay, so I decided to watch Game of Thrones since it ended.
No, you've been caught up on every season, haven't you?
Yeah,
this isn't the first.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. No, I watched it from the beginning to the end. So I mean, so now I'm caught up with everyone else. But
okay, good. Yeah.
I waited until it ended, so I didn't watch a single episode until like the very final one was posted on HBO Go. So I just and I just watched them all. I power watched the whole thing. I think it's so much better Scott, when you power watch it than it is to wait an episode, wait and wait.
Probably, but I mean, Game of Thrones is too hard to do it that way. I have to watch it when it's new. I can't wait 10 weeks after everyone else has watched it. I like to watch it and then go to the news the next day to see what everyone has to say about it and read all the theories and all that stuff. It's just way too hard.
Well, see, here's the thing about that is I had to watch it then because people were I didn't want to get spoiled. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
actually waited, watched it, and then went waited, and then said, okay, it ended today. Oh, the season finale. Okay, when they announced that, I was like, okay, I gotta watch it now before somebody messes it up on me. And then I'm like, oh man, and then now I'm not gonna want to watch it. But it. What did you think about this season? Have you watched them all or no?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I have the same complaint I have for every single season that's ever existed in Game of Thrones, which is that it starts off way too slow and great. But it's just that first couple of weeks, it's like, for the love of God. I mean, it had some, it was good. But my thing with Game of Thrones is you only have 10 hours. That's all you have is 10 hours to tell the story. Make it as huge as possible. Just make it, and I mean, listen, I'm not. It is great. It's a great show. It's really good. But there are a few episodes in this past season that were a little slow and not really much happened. I mean,
Yeah,
and a
you're
lot of
right.
times they have a bad habit where they make it a little bit too confusing. Like in my opinion, I don't remember the character's name, but the character who was trying to transform herself and to make what's it, Stark, Arya Stark, the one who could turn herself into someone else.
Oh yeah, the
That her
many
name?
faces.
Yeah, man, that whole plot line where she was in that dungeon with all the faces on the wall. I didn't understand a damn thing about it. I mean, I was absolutely confused. It made no sense, and they're trying to make beat her up and all this stuff. It was a waste of time. By the time the last episode came up, and I don't want to give anything away, but what happened in the very last episode was like, well, good. At least now we can move away from that stupid storyline about you know you know it just makes it clear now. Okay, now she has a special power where she can do this special thing, and hopefully they'll move past that dumb dungeon and the guy and killing people and putting faces on the walls. So I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I'm dogging it, but I thought it was great. The last two episodes were just huge. I love how they ended this season, and
Oh, I
next
did
season,
like
from
it.
my understanding, you did or did not like it.
I loved it. I loved how it ended. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
next season, my understanding is it's not going to be a full season. It's only going to be like a full season. It's 10 episodes. I think I heard there's going to be half, which would be 5 or 6 episodes, and then they'll stop for a year and then do an additional 5 or 6, and then they're done.
Now I heard that they're delayed it because it's not enough clouds. Because it's
I,
not they don't have
I
enough.
I heard that too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
that
that
too.
they have to because it's not cloudy. It's actually sunny where they film it, and the part where it snows all the time. I guess the Great Wall. But yeah, that it's gonna. It might be instead of around the like springtime. I think it comes out. It's gonna now come out in the summertime, like around now.
So
Um,
let's wait a whole another year for. Well, I mean,
a whole nother year and a
it's
half, maybe.
yeah, you're gonna wait. You're definitely gonna have to, which is just ridiculous. I hate that they make you wait so long for these shows, but what are you gonna do? It's just the way
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, no, the way it is. Only because they put so much production value
Oh yeah,
into that. And so yeah, I can understand them waiting a year because I don't know, have you watched the what is it called? The where they do the background? I don't know if you watch it on HBO Go or not, or how they film Game of Thrones. I think it's on HBO Go. It's one of those
no,
things.
no, I never
Okay.
saw that.
So the amount of equipment they have to carry up all to those dungeons piece by piece. I mean, it is amazing. They have to go up though, because
Wow.
they're filming in real castles. So of course, back then they didn't have elevators, so they had these long stairs. And
Yeah.
if they're on top of a mountain and all this big giant equipment, he was saying that it might take them all day to go back and forth up these long stairs, and some of them are steep with this big, humongous camera equipment and stuff. So I mean, they said it might take them a day just to get all the equipment up there. You know? So it takes some,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because of course, some of them are in steep mountains, some of them are on top of humongous hills and castles, and so I mean, it's a great thing to watch. I mean, I forgot which season they did. Maybe it's the making of Game of Thrones or whatever. But I do watch it online too, and they do explain. I don't. This might help you with Game of Thrones, but they do kind of explain what's going on if you watch it on HBO Go.
Yeah.
And they add like after the show, like if you go and they'll say, hey, explain. Kind of girls kind of started doing that first, where she would explain
Yeah.
what the show. They do that with Game of Thrones now, is because he'll explain why he wrote, what he wrote, how, Oh, by the way, how Hodor got his name. you know,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
yeah, it explains that part too. How they were like,
Hold the
wow.
door. Hold the door. Yep.
Yeah, that's how Hodor gets his name. Wow, that shocked me. I was in shock how he got his name. That was
Yeah.
messed up. Okay, you just gotta watch without giving anything away. But that part I kind of went, wow.
Yeah, I hate that they keep killing off all these major characters. I mean, I guess it makes it more interesting and more fun, but I mean, it just sucks because I mean they're gonna have to end the show, and it's
They're about to. Yeah, well, okay, they're almost in 7 seasons. Usually 7 seasons is enough for a show, you
I
know.
guess.
So they're
But
they're
it's
almost
good.
seven
It's good.
years.
It's a good
So
show. Good show.
yeah, it's a great show. I never thought I'd enjoy Game of Thrones because I'm not into the medieval stuff. But I was like, wow, this is pretty. I'm glad I watched it.
No, that was great. What about Orange is the New Black? Did you finish that?
Yeah, that I watched the whole thing. What did you watch it or not?
I did. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a
It's
lot
funny.
too.
I think you watched it the whole season like within a day. I was like, Jesus God, Brandon,
He was like,
you watched it so fast. And then I took my time with it. I didn't rush it. I wanted to, because it takes so long to get these things out. I wanted to just take my time. But the problem was, you watched it so damn fast, and the second you watched it, you posted something on Facebook about the ending of the show, and you had an emoji with a smiley face crying. So I thought,
yeah,
you son of a bitch. I'm
yeah.
thinking, now
Well,
you got me wondering. I know something sad
I
now.
got
It's like
something to say. See, yeah, but I didn't tell
you
you.
had a spoil. No, I mean, but you had like a spoiler, and then it was not only you, but I kept seeing things online about the shocking ending of this season's Orange is the New Black, and something about a specific actress, and I'm thinking, this is I can't even I can't even take my time because now I really want to see the end because I want to find out what's going on.
I was
But yeah, I thought it was really, really good. I have to say, I think this season was better than last season.
yes.
I think it's just a fun show. I really like it a lot.
I cracked up about the. Well, I'm not giving it away if I say this. If I do, I'll edit it out. But
But don't give away what
not the
happens in the
ending. Not
ending.
the ending. It's like sort of towards the beginning. I want to say the beginning, the very first episode. About, I
Hmm.
mean, because well, it's the ending of the third one, so I don't know if I give it away. But I just like the part about the whole the body thing.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was.
Yeah,
I'm not giving anything away. I'm not giving anything away because that was the third, fourth. So yeah, I'm not just as interesting. But yeah, I'm not giving away the ending because that was pretty. But that was cool how it ended though. So now I cannot wait till the next season without giving away the ending. What is going to happen? They said
like
one of those characters was based off of Martha Stewart. Just yeah. I read that online.
the obvious one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
obvious one. Yeah,
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and she was like, "Well, I wish it was that easy." I think that was her
Well,
comment
yeah.
back. I think that was her comment back about that because everybody asked her, "Oh my God, this character is based. What do you think about it?" I gotta post that. Maybe I should post that article. And she said, "Well, yeah, I wish it was that easy. I wish they would have did the things that they did for me there, the stuff that she
That's the
got."
one thing about that show is they really take liberties. I mean, the women on that show. I mean, there's no way in hell if you're in jail you're going to be able to have a room to yourself without
Yeah,
anyone watching you.
yeah,
And I mean, in this show, they have their own garden and they can come and go as they please, and they can literally have sex and all these things. I mean, obviously it's a TV show, and you have to take liberties.
yeah.
But obviously in real life that stuff would never happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was great. It's really, really good.
It was great. Yeah, I enjoy. I
Mhm.
cannot wait for the next season. Now I know you don't watch this show, but what about Orphan Black? I
No, I
mean,
gave up on that
you
show
give
after I
that
think the
okay.
second
I got
season.
I gotta say, without giving anything away to people, this one was better than the last season, the previous season that
But
this season was.
it needed to be because after the second season, I'm going to speak for myself. I thought it was just terrible. I don't know how you could take such a a show that had so much promise and it started off so great, and then by the second season it's like, what the living fuck did you do?
Yeah,
This is terrible.
you're
I
right.
mean, the main actress, she did such a great job with all these different characters, and it was so well done. And I mean, they couldn't have dropped the ball any further than they did. They dropped it and they caked it away. They should be ashamed of themselves for what they did in that show. No, I could it could be the best show on TV right now, and I wouldn't know because I've given up on it. After I watched that show Lost, I watched every single episode of every single season. By the time I
Yeah,
was done, I thought, why in the living fuck did I watch all seasons of Lost? It's the worst show on television. I felt so mad at myself for wasting my life watching Lost because it was so stupid. There's no
yeah.
meaning behind any of it. So after that, I thought I'm going to give if I'm not into a show after a couple of episodes, I'm giving up on it. I'm not going to waste my time watching it, and that's what I did with Orphan Black. Orphan Black, I'm done with it. So if you like it, I think that's great, but I
Well,
don't.
yeah, because it now explains the whole beginning of the show. The very first episode of it, which I can tell because I'm not spoiling anything because it's the first episode, where she
Right.
goes and she finds the girl's identity and it has her face on it.
Yeah,
Okay, they
yeah.
explain that girl and why she jumped in front of that train, which I'm not spoiling anything because that's the very first episode. So
Oh, this season.
yeah, of the very first season of the very first show, they explain that in this season. So now
Oh, that's cool.
you start to wonder, okay, now I understand why she did what she did. Why she was at the train tracks, why she was there. I mean, it
Yeah.
explains before that character's before. So, but oh, I heard that she was up for an Emmy this year.
She is. Yeah, I did see that. Yep.
She's up for an Emmy. I mean, they just announced it like yesterday, I think. It's her and the
Yeah,
guy
I
from
saw
Mr.
that.
Robot, I think is up for an Emmy too.
I still
So,
never finished watching the last episode of Mr. Robot. I'm gonna have
I
to watch
watched
that.
it. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
From the beginning to
I
end.
heard good things about it. I just haven't watched it.
Oh, so you missed out. Oh, okay. So I just want to ask you what you thought about like Mr. Robot because you haven't watched it, but I thought it was interesting.
The new season?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, not the new one, the ending of the last one. The
Well,
whole show.
it's Mr. Robot's one of those shows. Um, I started watching it, and then I mean, I guess I kind of lost interest. And then by the time it wound up, I kept hearing great, great, great things about it. And then I thought, well, I need to go back and watch it. I need to go back and watch it. And I tried, but I never did. And then finally, I talked to a guy at work who had seen it, and he told me about it. And I thought, well, shit, I really should have watched the ending of that show. It
Yeah,
sounded
you
pretty
should.
sweet. And now the new season started, and I don't want to start that until I finish the last season. But if I haven't watched it by now, I guess I just won't. I mean, I guess I'll wait and see if there's any hype behind the new season, and if there is, you
It's
know,
on it's on Amazon Prime. So,
yeah, I don't have that anymore.
that's right. That's right. That's
you know,
right. I forgot. Yeah, yeah. You let that. See. Oh, somebody asked me about that. About what's the difference between Amazon Prime? Why would I get an Amazon Prime and Netflix? And I
well,
told. Oh, go
if
ahead.
you're getting it for video, then it's a waste of money because the video service, I think, is I mean, between the two. It's a no brainer. Netflix is a billion times better. But there's more to Prime than just the video service. I mean, the
Yeah.
2 day shipping is totally worth it.
Oh, totally worth it. Yeah, yeah. I ship things like crazy. But no, I was saying that you are right because I was thinking, but some of the shows that are not on Netflix are on Amazon Prime too. Like Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot was not on Netflix, but it was on Amazon Prime, so I was able to watch it. You know.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Um, like Walking Dead is on Netflix. It is not on Amazon Prime, so I was able to watch it up to a certain point, of course, and then I watched the
right.
rest online, but on their like service. But I kind of I got to admit I liked Mr. Robot. I
Yeah, I
get
guess I'll have to go back. I can't really comment on it because I haven't really
yeah. So we'll come
looked
back to
into
that.
it.
Okay, okay. You know what we'll come back to that. So
That's what we'll do. We will come back.
did you have any other shows you watched?
Well, I'm going down the list now. There is a show on Showtime, written. It's based on a comic book by Robert Kirkman, and he is the guy who did The Walking Dead, the comic book and the show.
Oh,
And
okay.
so Outcast is the name of the show, and it's on Showtime. And it's, like I say, it's from Robert Kirkman, and it's basically The Exorcist for the most part. And I won't get, if you like The Exorcist, it's basically these people get possessed by this thing. And so far, the season's just starting off, and it seems like this one specific character, it seems like he has a special way that he can stop it, or whatever
Huh.
this evilness is almost in a way maybe afraid of him. But there's kind of still, it's not great, but it's interesting. It's not a must see, but if you have Showtime, check it out. Don't get Showtime to see this show because it's not that good. But again, if you have a subscription to Showtime, check out Outcast. Now, this next show, I would say definitely get Showtime to watch. Ray Donovan. Ray Donovan. If you've never seen it, I want to
I've
say
never
this
seen
is
it.
oh, it's great. It's so good. It's in its fourth season. It just started the fourth season. It's so good. It's so. I can't tell you how good it is. And I don't know if check it out and see if it's on Prime or Netflix or any of those, Brandon. Because if it
I
is, you really need to watch
I
it.
have the Showtime to go
Oh
thing. I can watch it. I probably can watch them all.
well, if it is, there's four seasons. The first season, it gets kind of confusing, but I'm telling you, it is worth it.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor. If you're looking for a new show to watch Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan. I'm gonna have to do that. That'll
Uh,
be my next one. Okay, so that'll be my next one then. Ray Donovan.
yeah, I started watching Roadies, which is another show on Showtime. It's not great, and it seems like it's getting worse instead of better. It's written by Cameron Crowe. It's really dramatic, and it's almost, it's not great. I was hoping it'd be better, but
What did
it's a
Cameron Crowe
show.
write? I see that. What did he write?
Almost famous.
Okay,
That's
that's right. That's right. Okay,
the
go ahead.
so Roadies is okay. Again, it's one of those I wouldn't say you get Showtime to watch, but if you have Showtime, I mean, I'm on the fence about that one. It's still too new, and I can't say it's all that great. I watched a few episodes of Preacher, which is another show based on a comic book, and I was kind of on the fence. Like I wasn't sure after maybe two episodes, and then I read a review of I don't know if it was the creator or someone attached to the show had said that Preacher was inspired by the show Lost, and I said, "Fuck that! I'm done watching that show." So
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to go back to watch Preacher again because I heard that. I was like, I'm not wasting because that was my problem with it. It's like it didn't. It just kind of left you hanging after every episode, like what's going on, and it was kind of interesting, but too many questions in the air. That's exactly what Lost said. And then I read that. I was like, nope, sorry, you dropped the ball on that one for me.
Well, okay. Let
Did you
me
finish? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, let me ask you about Lost for a second. Um, so okay, Lost is how many years old? So I guess we're not spoiling anything. But okay, for Lost, what didn't you like about? I mean, did you just not like the ending, or did you just not like how
Yeah,
it just built
it's
up
the
like
people
that?
writing it. The people writing it had no idea what they were doing. They brought up all these questions. They brought up those stupid numbers. It was like a series of numbers. They're supposed to have some significance. They
Yes.
never explained it. They never explained the significance of the numbers and the island and why this island had these special powers and all these different things and why things were different on the island than they were off the island. And it just got way out of hand, way confusing. And then when the whole thing, by the time the whole thing was done, I forgot what happened. The one guy was all a dream or something
Yeah.
like that, and it was lame and it was stupid, and it just they needed to be smarter about it. And it was just, you know what? I've wasted my time talking about it this far. It's not worth even talking about. It was a stupid show. Did you watch Veep?
Yes, I did. Oh, that should be the one on my list. Yes, I watched Veep.
Veep was great, but I'm very confused by that last episode. I
Yeah.
don't know how the show can. I don't know how the show can continue, especially being called Veep when there's no possible way she could even be Veep. You know,
Yeah. Did it end? I mean, is it done? Or is there are they
that's
filming
what I thought.
anymore?
No, that's exactly what I thought. But I read an interview that said it almost sounds like that show Weeds. Like the next season is going to be a totally different direction. Like she's basically going to be Selena Myers, whatever her name is, just an everyday person, and it'll how she goes about being herself in real life without any title, without any kind of political anything. And then the other people will be on the show, but they won't be. It won't be how it was. They won't all be in the same room, swearing at each other and all that. They'll be in the show, but they'll kind of doing their own thing. But it'll basically be a fish out of water. Like, okay, I'm not Veep anymore. How do I survive? Kind of a thing. Like she has to go to the grocery store and buy groceries where she's never had to do that before. Stuff like that. It sounds like it might be kind of funny, but it's way different from how it was. I mean, there's no White House. There's no politics. Maybe I'm sure there's going to be politics somehow, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens next season, because that was I thought for sure she would be the vice president of that other guy, but that wasn't the case.
No, he actually. Oh, yeah, I know. But no, that didn't work very well with Weeds.
No, it didn't. That's my point. Yeah, I stopped watching it at that point.
Because Weeds went in like that totally different direction. Like it was like, okay, her drug. Okay, well, shit. That show is so many years old. Okay, if I'm spoiling you probably work on watching anyway. But
Oh yeah,
okay. So Weeds go into like where it was great up to a certain
yeah.
point. Even though I
Hmm.
continued watching it. Let me just say I continued watching the whole thing all the way into the end. But it went in a whole different direction because she had to go because her whole drug bust was done. She couldn't sell weed anymore. She couldn't like be in Agresta, so she left. But to
Yeah.
run, I think that's what happened. It's so many years since I watched it, but I think she left and she went somewhere else to do her whole thing, and she got into something else, which I can't remember. But and that's where it went. That's what fell off or so the phrase "jump the shark." That's when it jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Was right at that point.
Terrible.
But I
Terrible.
continued watching it though because I thought maybe it would come back to her selling weed
No.
again, and it never did.
Nope.
And it never did. No, no.
Nope. Nope.
But
Nope.
but at least I think I read an article somewhere where where Orange is the New Black. I think they learned their lesson from that. The person who wrote that wrote Weeds, by the way. So if you notice,
Oh.
she has not done that. I think she learned her lesson from that. Because if you notice, like Orange is the New Black gets more interesting as it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's hope it. Hopefully, it'll stay that way.
I could see them actually ending it after 7 though. 7 seasons, because I think 7 seasons is after that it gets to too much.
Yeah.
And we're on 6 now. I mean, I think it's
Yeah. We'll see.
6. So okay, go on and continue on. I'm
A
sorry.
couple more shows. Silicon Valley was great.
Oh yeah, that's another one I
That was
forgot to
another
rate.
good show.
What'd you think of the ending of that one? Sorry.
I had to think about how it ended, but I liked it. It's a great show. It's that was up for a couple of Emmys too, I think,
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
mistaken.
I
That's a great
loved it.
show. Shameless, if you weren't sure, that's coming back in October. Did you know that?
Yes, yeah, I knew that. I knew that. That's
Yeah,
kind of quick
they're coming,
though.
but it's very quick, and I'm very excited about that. I love Shameless. It's such a funny show.
Yeah, but I think it was that too quick. I hope it's not bad because it came
No,
back quick.
well, I hope it's not bad either, but I think it's good news. I want more, not less. So
Yeah, yeah,
bring it on, bring it on, bring it on,
yeah.
bring it on.
Shameless was awesome though. I did. Yeah, I watched
Uh,
that too.
there's probably more shows that I'm forgetting, but I guess I'll just leave it at that so we can go on to the next subject.
Yeah, yeah. But I did watch Silicon Valley. I thought it was funny, the ending.
Yeah, it
Um,
was good.
yeah. So now it's starting to get interesting because, well, I'm not gonna tell you the ending. You just gotta go watch it. So, but I thought it was, yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so no
Hmm.
more other shows or
So Brandon's tech
yes,
news.
yes. Okay. Well, my tech news. So I had a whole bunch, but I kind of got rid of a lot of it because A, it was old. B, well, I don't want it to be a 2-hour podcast.
Hmm.
So here we go. So my Nest thermostat, sorry, people call it thermostat because I make it as a joke, but because it keeps things warm. Get it?
Hmm.
Thermostat. Okay.
Got it.
Anyway,
Yep.
got it. Okay, so it actually upgraded. Okay, so it added the feature that I was complaining about when I first got it. If you go back and listen to that podcast, but I'll tell you so you don't have to. The one thing that I really hated about this is the fact that it never gave me the room temperature. Okay, so inside my house,
Oh,
it gave me what the temperature it was going to go to. Like, let's say if I
well,
set
that should be exactly what it should be. That's the one thing it should have done. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous
yeah, but
to
in
do
order
that.
for me to do that, I had to touch it, or I had to touch it because it would say, okay, it's going to 74 degrees, right? Let's just say 74. I'm just
Right.
throwing out a number. But it would never tell me that it's 72 in my house. The temperature, well, excuse me, the temperature that actually really what it is. So they updated that now. Now it'll actually not only tell you the temperature that's in your house, but it will tell you the weather outside if you walk by it. It tells you the
Well, that's
temperature
cool.
outside. So I have it on that one because I like that one better. So it'll tell me if it's 80 degrees outside, or and then it'll give me the rundown of how what time the temperature will be. Like at 8 o'clock, it'll be 72. At 12 o'clock, it'll be 81, and then at like 4 o'clock, it'll be 91 or 92. It'll gives me the rundown as I walk by it. So every time I walk by it, I can see what the temperature is outside, which I think
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. And plus, they added another stuff like new watch faces. Like I call it watch faces, but the little faces you
Right.
walk by
The
with the
face. Yeah.
time and the date and stuff like that. And they
Hmm.
added the one thing everyone was complaining about was the inside temperature. So you can walk by and see the inside temperature like you would on a normal
Very, very
thermostat.
cool. Yeah.
So
Nice.
I kind of enjoyed that. I guess that's my new toy because
Yeah. Yeah. There you
I
go.
do enjoy that. So
Hmm.
I posted this story about a while ago, a little bit ago while we were on our like break or whatever, about the cables industry's answer to the TV set top boxes. I call them, but that's not what they're called.
Hmm.
But about how Apple and Google and everything, you're going to be able to stream your cable through their boxes.
Yeah. Whatever happened
Roku.
with that?
Okay, yes, they came up with the answer. Okay, FCC was going to say, hey, okay, this is the this we're you're going to be able to, rather than go through and pay your $10 or $20 whatever you pay for those boxes that you get,
You're right.
that you will be able to buy an Apple or a Roku or Apple
Right.
TV or Google Box or whatever you want and stream your own video. You don't have to buy it from them. Like your cell phone. You don't necessarily have to buy
So
it from your cell phone.
are they gonna do that, or
Well,
what's the
here's the
lowdown?
thing. So they have to do it by, I guess they put out an answer. So if they vote on it, they'll have to do it. So they're trying to what they have to like kind of they have so many days to reply. Okay, that's usually how it goes. FCC says something, the company has so many days to either do it or come up with a resolution for it. Okay, so they decided, wait. Okay, before you kind of rule on this rule, we have something we want to do. We want to stream. So what they want to do is they want to make an app available to Android and iPhone. Okay,
Hmm.
and what they want to do is so you're able to stream all your TV channels on your phone. So you still have to buy that crappy box, but you'll have your other option of going to your cell phone or going to your tablet and streaming that app.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So yes, so that's what they want to
When
do.
is that? When is this all gonna happen?
I don't know. They don't have really a date. They really don't. I'm looking at the article
Well,
right now. They don't
have
really
your people
say.
talk to their people and tell them to get it done.
So yeah, they don't really have a date. They do have a letter. You can read it. I didn't read the letter. Maybe it's in that letter. But
Hmm.
yeah, I did post it on Tech Pop Boom. So, but that was AT&T and T and DirecTV and Comcast and the other provider. That was their answer to the FCC's, hey, you better unlock the box campaign. Because you
Right.
know
Right.
those boxes have the same technology that was made 10 years ago or 20 or 10,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
But
that's
they charge all those crazy money to have it.
yeah, and I mean it's all they do it for cable modems. I mean I can go out and buy a cable modem. I don't understand what's the problem with the box. Well, I guess that's money. Okay, okay. I just answered my own question for that
There you
because they're
go.
getting
Yep.
$10,
Yep.
$20 a month. But yeah,
Hmm.
the technology in there, yeah, and they're saying, well, yeah, but we're upgrading the boxes. Yeah, right. Okay, well, they're doing it really slow because they have no competition. So that's why they're doing that. But so here's my other thing. Now, Pokemon Go, have you downloaded it or no?
Funny, I was on vacation last weekend, and while I was on vacation, I would periodically check my phone, Facebook and stuff. And I kept seeing all these Pokemon pictures. I'm like, what in the hell's going on? I mean, literally, like within a day, 2 days, the world went nuts with this Pokemon thing. I was clueless as what the hell was going on. So finally, I went back to work and I checked it again. I said, "There's an article on Facebook about this Pokemon." So I'm like, what? I mean, I really went on my way to find out what else because I was absolutely clueless. And come to find out, it was a game, and everyone literally overnight had downloaded this game. So after reading the article, I went and I downloaded it just because I wanted to see what the hell all the hype was about. And I had it on my phone for not even an hour. I I, I think I made it to the second, maybe the third round, and I deleted it not because I didn't like it, just because I didn't really have any interest in it. Because I just wanted to see what it did. And after I deleted it, there's other people at work that are playing it, and there's even more hype, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So actually, I downloaded it again just to see if if I'll even play it at all. Because the thing with that game is you can't just sit in a chair and play it. You have to be active. You have to get up and we have to walk around. You got to go outside and take walks
Yeah,
and all that stuff. So it seems like it might be fun, but I haven't really played it long enough to really have an opinion about whether I like it or not. What do you think?
I haven't even touched it or downloaded it yet because
Okay,
we already had an app called Ingress. That's exactly the same thing, made by the same company on Android.
okay,
So I've
oh, okay.
already had that. I had that already. So I found out by somebody else who had it that in Ingress it's the same thing as Pokemon, the same sites as Pokemon Now. So it's the same. So they're going off the same server. So why do I need to download Pokemon Now when I had Ingress?
Because everyone and their grandmother is playing Pokemon Go,
Yeah,
and no
I
one
know.
knows about anyone,
Ingress, yeah, because it
Gregor,
was.
whatever.
I
Yeah,
think you guys didn't have it on iPhone. Did you guys have it on iPhone? I don't know if you guys had it on iPhone. Ingress, did you guys?
I have no idea.
Okay, you probably didn't. So it was an Android thing, because it was a Google thing. I think the company is owned by Google. I'm not sure. Or it used to be only for Android, and then now they made an ISO version. I guess I don't know,
Uh,
but I have not even touched it. I have no interest in it, only because it's like, man. I know everybody's into it and everything, but I
mm-hmm.
don't know. But they are going to have where stores are going to be able to buy, so you can get like your little, I don't know what is it, that I guess you can catch Pokemon or something. I don't know, or whatever the hell that. I don't even know what Pokemon is. What the hell is Pokemon?
It's a
you know.
game. All I know is it's a game. My son, he's a bit obsessed with it, but truly, I really couldn't tell you,
Oh, you
Brandon.
could tell. Okay, because I really want to know what somebody explain to me. Who is he? I mean, is it she? Is it
No,
what?
Pokemon isn't a thing. I believe it's just a group of like, I, I guess for lack of a better word, they're like gremlins, but
Okay,
they're
so
cartoon. But there's different types. There's not one specific Pokemon. Pokemon is a term used for a group of beings, like these creatures, and each one has different names. Like there's tons and there's hundreds. There's Pikachu, and
oh
there's tons of different ones. I mean, that's literally the one I know because I don't know anything about it. But it's like we're human beings, they're Pokemon.
oh okay
If
okay.
that makes sense, and
Because I
I'm
didn't
sure it
even
doesn't
get
make
it when it
sense. And
was on
I'm
Nintendo.
probably way up. Yeah, I'm probably way up based on this, and I don't really know myself. But
Huh?
so the object with this game is you're just kind of walking by, and then when you see
Pikachu?
well, you don't really see a Pikachu. I guess you see these lines or something, and you tap on it, and then the Pokemon appear, and you got to try to catch it. You think you're going to try to catch all the Pokemon. Like I said, there's hundreds and hundreds of them. And I'm sure there's more to the game, but I don't know enough about it to really even, you know, tell you
Hmm.
about it. So,
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, okay. I
Moving on.
yeah, moving on. I don't know. I just okay. I just I don't know. I don't get it. But my Raspberry Pi. Okay, so I bought my Raspberry
Mhm.
Pi and I've been using it for a while, and I love it. Just to let you know, it's like you still should get one. It's only like $34, but it would take care of your computer problem. But
I would
um,
love it. That'd be
yeah,
great.
it's 30. It's only $34, and plus you got to buy the case. So okay, for a total of like $70. But it's still the computer is probably as fast as yeah, it's a quad core processor with 100. So anyway, um, it'll actually run Windows 10. And they were talking about that they're hoping that Microsoft will make the support for the ARM processors and put Windows 10 because it is very capable of that $34 computer to
Hmm.
run Windows 10.
Wow,
They do
crazy.
have a version of it, but that's for programmers and stuff for it. But
Hmm.
it doesn't. It's not like the Windows 10 desktop, like the real computer. So basically, you could go out and buy if they do this. It's all up to Microsoft. But if they went and switched over to ARM processor that they have in that card, um, you could actually buy a computer for $34. Windows
Hey,
10
great.
capable computer for plus the whatever software or whatever software licensing fee they might have. But I hope they do this because that would be great because I would put Windows 10 on my Raspberry Pi 3. I use it for Linux, but man, I love how I can switch between operating systems. I can go to Chrome OS or I can go to Linux. I can just swap out. I love that. 'Cause I can't do that with a computer because I mean that means I got to buy like 5 hard drives and then I got to mess with the BIOS and stuff like I don't want to do it. With this, it's just I can put the card in and take the card out. That's it. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So I hope they do this. You know what? I actually posted on our I'll post it on our Facebook page and our website if you want to read the article if you have one. If you don't or want to get one,
Mhm.
because I think I talk about it on one of our shows. But here's the last thing I have of our tech news is this one. The sharing your password is now a federal crime.
And
Now,
that's
what
the
do you
end of
think
this
about
episode,
this?
everybody. We'll see you next
Yeah,
one.
we'll see you next time. What do you think about this? Because this is actually an old law that they're using now against us. This is not a new law. This is not one they just created. This is a 1984 law that says that it is now illegal. But okay, a lot of people do this. That's what I don't get. So what are they going to do? They're going to have a special police force that comes and knocks on your door and
I know
says,
it doesn't make any sense. How would they know? How would they find out?
I
You
mean,
know, I
Netflix,
don't.
I guess, could see that you're in two different locations using the same. So you know you can't use
Yeah,
it in two different
yeah,
locations with your IP
that's
address.
true. But they're not going
So
to be doing any favors if they rat on all their customers. You know,
I mean, yeah, but or is it going to be where okay, here's a speeding ticket. By the way, you used Scott's Netflix
password,
password, so here's another fine for you
or
too.
even more so, someone sharing me, let's say, a Sirius XM password. That would be a
Yeah,
horrible thing.
that would
You
be a
know.
horrible thing. Yeah, that would be a very horrible thing.
Yes,
But
yes, it would be.
are they?
Shame on that
Yeah,
person.
are they gonna knock on that person's door
Which, by the way, let's just pause it for a minute. I listen to that every single morning, Brandon.
I
I
know.
love it so much. Howard Stern, I love it. I
But
love it.
okay,
It's so much fun.
well, okay, we're not even gonna pause it because here's the thing about that. This is what bugs me about this law here. People, I have two accounts, okay? I want the extra that comes with my extra account. That online part, okay? Now, I'm actually still paying for it. Why can I not just say, "Hey, here Scott, here's the password." I'm not using it because my other online is I actually pay for too. So I'm actually paying for Scott's account. So what the hell?
You are
I'm
awesome.
buying two accounts. So what the hell? Yes, I'm actually paying for your account. So it's almost like you giving me the money or you going out and buying your own because otherwise I would get rid of the online account, but it comes with my car and that's the service I want. So Why would I do that? I could turn off the online on my mom's if I want to, but I didn't, because I use it. So in essence, you're making money off of Scott Conn. That's what I don't get. Sirius XFM. I would not be spending the money on the online part and the other part if Scott wasn't listening to it. Okay,
Yeah,
let
I
you know.
gotta say,
Okay.
do you listen to Howard Stern at all, Brandon, or
No,
no?
no, no, I don't actually. That's
Oh,
why
you
you
don't?
have
No.
that one.
It's very funny. I mean, it's so funny. And even I don't mind it because I thought he basically only records or he does a show 3 days a week and then he takes 2 days off. And then what he'll do maybe a week or two and then he'll take a week off. So he only does maybe 2 or 3 weeks a month.
Okay.
And then sometimes he'll take 2 weeks break. And at first I thought that's bullshit. That's ridiculous. But I like it because if it was 5 days a week, I'd never get anything done because I have so many podcasts and so much music. And if it was Howard Stern, I mean, every single day, it would be
You
too
would
much.
burn out.
So
Okay.
it would burn out, yeah. So for that, I actually like it. 3 days is perfect. And then this week, I think it's been out all this week, and I don't know maybe if it was last week too. He's been on vacation, so they had the best of Stern, and I love it because I haven't listened to the show in years, so it's all new to me, and it's great. I really, I tell you, Brandon, I love it. I love it.
Okay? Because I thought that would bug the hell out of me. Now I have it in my car because the account that you're listening to is the account that's in my car. The account that I have, my mom's, which she pays me, which is on my account, but she's
Yeah.
using the money for it. But she uses the radio part. She never used the online part. But I could have cut off the online part, but I didn't. So that's the part I use, and it doesn't have Howard Stern or CNN. I don't barely use it. I don't. So
Well,
I
if you
Listen,
actually
honestly, if you're only keeping it for me, you don't need to do that,
well,
Brandon.
no,
You don't
I
need to
have.
pay
I
for it for
actually
me.
okay. That's the thing. I have to keep it because it comes with the package on that car. I have to keep
Oh,
the
okay.
other. But I don't listen to half those things that you're listening to. That's
Okay.
why I'm saying the Sirius XM. That was my whole ramble. Is the fact that you're actually making money by you actually keeping that account, because otherwise
Well,
the other account I would kind of figure out a way to try to turn it off. The other account I probably wouldn't. My mom would probably could get her own account, but she just said, "Hey, screw it. You got this extra radio here," and I just continued paying for it. That's kind of like how that
yeah.
happened. But I kept the
Yep.
online account and I never used it. So you're actually using an account that I never used that they were getting free money for. I don't know, but anyway, I don't usually I use the other one. So that no problem with that. But that's the whole thing is so
Right.
I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe they can recover this whole thing and but I think we kind of said in our previous podcasts, so I guess it don't make a difference. Yeah, because I was thinking that too. I was like, well, I guess we're screwed because they'll be knocking at the door anytime soon because we've been saying that on our podcast.
That's true.
I haven't
That's
gotten a
true.
knock at the door yet, so I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, so that's why I'm saying it now is because that's nothing new. It's already been posted. It's all over the world, so I can't take it. Once you put it on the internet, you can't take it down. Well,
Yep, you got it.
yeah, but anyway, how that whole thing started, if you want to know the whole story behind why that this decision came up, was because somebody worked at another place.
Excuse me.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry.
Worked at a place, and then what happened was he left and started his own company. This is what I've gotten over the internet, and I don't know how true it is or not, but um. So what happened is he went off to another company, and then he asked somebody else to still use their password to see all their client data. And so, of course, I guess she or he gave it to him. So they didn't know that, and so they actually were coming after him for doing that. Well, he actually didn't hack anything, so that's not a crime because he didn't hack, but he got the passwords to get in of somebody else's account, which freely gave it to
Hmm.
him. So that's how it all started. And so they were like, oh, no, 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 no. And pulled out that 1984 law that needs to be updated because those laws need to be updated now because the internet wasn't even there. And I guess what that ruling that Netflix sharing your password could be a federal crime thing happened. So yeah, but it's not a new law. Congress did not pass it like yesterday and said, "Oh my God, we got to do something about the Netflix accounts." No, no, they didn't even. They probably weren't even working. But this was an old law. But I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that. What did you think about your whole sharing password thing? You know.
Well, you know, I don't know what to say about that one, Brandon. I really don't.
I really don't.
I really don't, and I even hate to even comment on it, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, because
let's just move on to the next
he's
subject.
taking the fifth. So okay. So
Exactly.
yes. So okay. Um, do you have any music news or anything like that, or no?
Oh, um, Steven Tyler, the lead singer for Aerosmith, he released a solo album that came out today, and I listened to it, and oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. He released his very first solo album. He's a lead singer for Aerosmith. I know you know Aerosmith,
Yeah,
Brandon.
yeah, I know Aerosmith. Yeah.
His new album is it's basically pop country, and it's just as bad as it sounds. I haven't listened to the full album yet. There's 15 songs. I tell you, it's about 15 tracks too long. It's not good. Why the hell? If he was going to do a solo album, why the hell he would do a country album? Is I don't understand it. It's not good. Don't waste your time. Hey, if you enjoy it, good for you. Enjoy it, have fun, enjoy listening to it. I didn't. I'm an old school rock and roll guy. I like bass, drums, guitar, melody. I like aggressive rock. It's what I like. It's who I am. And this is not that. So I cannot recommend the new Steven Tyler. It is bad.
Bad. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
it is
bad.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah, not good. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff because it's been forever since I've even talked about music on this podcast. But I don't have anything in front of me, and I remember that because I listened to it today. So I will try to write something for next time. But as far as today, that's all I have for music.
That's all you have for music? Okay. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that I'm surprised we didn't go for like 2 hours. This has been a
Well,
long
we probably could
podcast.
have, but we'll save it some, for another time. We talked a lot about TV shows. Ghostbusters came out today. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing that movie, but I don't know when I'll go to see it. But that looked interesting, and Star Trek comes on. I want to see that one too.
Yeah, next week it does. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see that. So
Yeah,
so
that looks
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I gotta see that. So they're doing a marathon though at AMC. I think all the AMC's like on the 20th or the day it's out. Or I think you can get tickets to
Hmm.
watch them all back to back to back in a row.
Well, that'd be fun.
So I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about taking a vacation day and doing that. I don't know.
Good
And
luck
watch
on
them
your
all.
vacation day at
But
work.
yeah,
Yep.
no. But yeah, I was thinking about that only because, and I think it's on a Thursday or Friday. I think it's on a Thursday. But I don't know how long I can sit there for. I don't think I could do
It's a
two
long
hours, two
day.
hours, and two
Yeah.
hours. I mean, I could probably do it, but it would be hard because I don't know. I'd have to think about it if I did that. But I'm definitely gonna go see Star
Hmm.
Trek. So that'll definitely be on our next podcast, people.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks real good.
Yep. So I guess that is it, Scott.
All right, Brandon. Will you take care of yourself? Everyone, be careful out there. Try not to get shot and killed because there's too many stupid people out there.
Yep.
And so be kind to one another. Be happy, and we will see you next time.
Yes. Peace, everyone.
Bye.